Day to officiate the launch of this momentous occasion, the ecosystem-based adaptation and mitigation in Botswana's communal rangelands, addressing the challenge of climate change, which is a priority to the government of Botswana and the world at large. This project is co-funded by the Conservation International Green Climate Fund and the Government of Botswana. The contribution of the CIGCF is $44 million and for the Government of Botswana it's at $54 million. The project will be implemented by Conservation International as the executing entity in partnership with the implementing partner, the Ministry of Agriculture. It is an 8-year project that will run until 2030 in June. As we all know, the harsh climatic conditions have affected our rangeland. Furthermore, this is affecting our livestock and crop production, the two mainstream rural economic activities practiced in Botswana, without which leave our communities' livelihoods vulnerable to food insecurity and poverty. Director of Ceremonies, the Government of Botswana's commitment to address the impact of climate change is expressed in the National Development Plan 11, Volume 1 of April 2017 to March 2023, wherein we affirm to fulfill the country's global commitment and obligations. This can be further confirmed by the fact that we have a climate change response policy and strategy as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, Botswana's commitment to sustainable development has seen her host the Gaborone Declaration for Sustainability in Africa offices as a transformative platform for member countries to act towards incorporating the value of net. Thank you. But still at the point that Botswana's commitment to sustainable development has seen her host the Gaborone Declaration for Sustainability in Africa offices as a transformative platform for member countries to act towards incorporating the value of natural capital in public and private policies and decision-making towards sustainability in 1. Integrating the value of natural capital into accounting and corporate planning and reporting processes, policies and programs. 2. In building social capital in reducing poverty by transitioning agriculture, extractive industries, fisheries and other natural capital through protected areas and other mechanisms. And lastly, building knowledge, data capacity and policy networks to promote leadership and new models in the field of sustainable development to increase momentum for positive change. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, the Botswana National Roadmap to implement the Gaborone Declaration for Sustainability is anchored on the following key national sustainability initiatives. National Strategy for Sustainable Development, the National Vision, the National Development Planning, the District Development Planning, the Poverty Eradication Strategy, Climate Change Response Policy and Strategy, and the Economic Diversification Drive, amongst others. As a country, we are therefore excited that today we are launching the climate change-related project, which is the largest by size and value global communities. Funding to address climate change is a challenge that we identified. We are grateful to the support from Conservation International and the Green Climate Fund for partnering with the Government of Botswana to address climate change and land degradation in the selected districts that we achieve the global commitments that we have made. I'm informed that all the relevant stakeholders have been thoroughly briefed about their role in this project. I'm further informed that a project steering committee made of all key ministries and departments will be established, with the Minister of Agriculture as the chair for effective coordination to review progress and address strategic issues during the implementation cycle. This, ladies and gentlemen, is being in line with the second pillar in the alignment of government machinery in the reset agenda. I wish to highlight that during the NDP 10, the implementation of environmental management programs was hampered by lack of coordination, conflicting policy signals, and duplication of efforts, resulting in silo planning and implementation. As the lead implementing partner, my ministry will ensure that there is proper coordination and that all the responsible ministries play their part. I'm happy that the ecosystem-based adaptation and mitigation in Botswana Communal Rangeland project addresses key issues of ecological restoration and climate resistance development, as espoused in Vision 2036, National Development Plan 11, and Sustainable Development Goals. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, the major benefits of this program are, amongst others, sustainable environment through land rehabilitation and reduction of greenhouse gases, gender-sensitive development, gender awareness and inclusivity in the local community governance structures and equitable engagement and support for men and women as established in the environmental and social management plan to ensure equal beneficiation in employment and economic opportunities. Economy and employment. Employment opportunities in the selected districts and increased agricultural contribution to GDP through the grass-fed cluster beef strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, our country faces challenges of land degradation as a result of overstocking communal rangeland. I therefore wish to appeal to the farmers, the communities, and the communities of Ngamiland, Comrade Kwame, Kalahadi, Brooks and the men on Kotla and Bubirwa, Tarolinkas in absentia, to participate in this project to help restore rangeland in these districts. For we know what the situation is where we come from, and the farmers are experiencing it firsthand. I intend promise that my ministry will support Conservation International to ensure that the project is delivered as per the funders' expectations and that it becomes a model for benchmark by other countries going forward. And it serves to unlock access to further funding as we move forward as a country to plug the gaps in the funding models that we have in Botswana and the shortages that we have in our fiscus. I therefore wish to call upon all stakeholders for all of us to be hands on deck and deliver on this project and continue to propel Botswana and make our beef continue to be the best beef in the world. I therefore, with these few remarks, wish to take this opportunity to officially declare this program launched. was in Government, the constituency of one of our visitors here, MP, and I found Conservation International in the form of a number of projects. Dr. Karen Ross, who went to write a very, very interesting book on the Okavango Delta, called the Swamp Book. And this is just to show that Conservation International and Botswana, and the Government of Botswana, go back a very, very long way. We initially worked in the areas of biodiversity hotspots, of which at the time the Okavango Delta was one, and got a lot of attention. We went on to do more work in terms of the connectivity of wildlife, conservation areas, national parks, etc. And you may wonder why we have moved into rangelands and the restoration thereof. The main reason for that is that climate change has become a very, very important component of our program globally. And as Rebel Thomas has already mentioned, our contribution to national contributions, for the Paris Agreement in this project, you'll find that in the more detailed presentation by Dr. Melissa, it forms a very, very important component of what the government likes to do and what CI has set up as one of their main objectives globally and in Botswana as well. Just a bit of a background, as Rebel Thomas indicated, we go back a long way. The initial ideas for this project actually started in 2016, and by 2017 we had generated a good concept note. The Green Climate Fund gave us a bit of money to work it into a full proposal. Thank you. And the entire process emanated in the approval of the project in March of 2021. By that time, we had produced over 1,000 pages, a funding proposal that has 29 annexes, because the Green Climate Fund is very scientific-based and science-based, and has asked us to come up with a lot of good justification for the type of project that we're running. Just to give you an indication that the actual process had about between 700 and 800 people who were consulted, many village meetings, many workshops at the national level, at the district level. So there was a lot of effort that was going into it, and between CI and GCF, we talk about an investment over those years of not less than 10 million pula. That sort of works out to about 1,000 pula per page in terms of the investment cost. So these projects don't just start from a nice idea and then within a year or two you've got a project. So that's just to give you the background about how these type of projects come to be. Just in closing, I just want to indicate that these big projects, the way they were developed, but also the way they're going to be implemented, and this is very, very true for the project that we're discussing today, are all based on building very good partnerships. These projects cannot be standalone. They work with lots of stakeholders, government being the main stakeholder and the main partner for CI in this project. But I also want to mention that there are a number of projects which dovetail very nicely with the activities that we're doing in Botswana. I want to mention the EU and their project on commodity-based trade in Ghana. I'd like to mention FAO, Dr. Flyman is here. GOPA, who is the consultant agency under the EU, Dr. Bishi is here. We all work very closely together to make this work with some AFD, some French money that is being put into enterprise development aspects of the industry and how we go about our business.
Just for you to appreciate that we may be standing up here, it's a CI project, but without the participation of very, very key stakeholders, donors, scientific institutions, governments, you name it, at the district level, village level, this project will not be able to, see the light of day, but we will also not be able to really fully reach our objectives. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for coming in today. I hope you have a little bit of an appreciation about how much effort went into this, and I would like to encourage you to listen very carefully to Dr. Melissa, who's got all the details and can tell you why, and you can make the relationship as to why indeed it took so long for this project that is very comprehensive to have seen the